I stumbled across this story like most good stories looking for something else. 1951 was not a very good year, actually. That was the year that Virginia executed 7 black men in assembly line fashion in the Martinsville 7 case. It was the year Henry Lee Lucas, the serial killer, reportedly killed his first 17-year-old victim, Harrisonburg girl. And there was a story called The Baby in the Suitcase that I was researching at the time in the old Times-Dispatch and Waynesboro News Virginian papers about this newborn baby found in a suitcase in a closet in a Waynesboro house. But while researching the baby in the suitcase story, my eye caught a headline, authorities searching for identity of Goochland boy. Okay, what's this about? So I just started looking at the story, and this particular story had taken place about a week or two after it turns out this little boy's body had been discovered along the highway in Oilville, in Goochland County. So I went back about a month and a half. I was doing microfilm. This is all on microfilm, nothing searchable, of course. So I was just scanning through microfilm at the Library of Virginia when I finally got to the first coverage of this story and found that this little 5-year-old boy had been found deceased and partially decomposed in an Army duffel bag on the side of the road in Oilville. So looking into that, I started reading more. The more I read about it, the more strange it got, was because they just seemed to drop the case. It was so bizarre that there was intense news coverage. There were articles in several states about them searching for the identity of this unknown little boy, searching for the parents, just trying to figure out who he was and where he came from. But it seems like about 2 months after his body was found, the case was dropped. The last article I could find stated that the medical examiner's office, the Virginia medical examiner's office, was going to keep the body for 1 year. And then after 1 year, they were going to cremate it and then hold the remains for 5 years and then bury them. And that literally is the last article written about this little boy. So to me, it raised 2 big questions popped up in my mind. First, did the case go so stone cold that there was absolutely nothing left to investigate, and they just threw their hands up and said, we give up, we can't find out who he is? I mean, with nobody claiming him, no one reported him missing, his body never identified. Or the conspiracy theorist in me raised its head, and I wondered maybe they knew exactly who the parents were, and it was all covered up. And finally, I wrote the completed story, and I went ahead and posted it, and in the hopes that somebody could come forward and try to offer some information that could help close this case.